What's up, guys? It's Lugo back with Flex Appeal episode 139. Today was week 23, day number 7. We had our secondary deadlift session in which we started off with stiff legs, which has been the trend for the second week in a row, given that I switched from RDLs last week. And I don't know how I feel about stiff legs anymore. I don't really know. It felt a lot worse this week than it did last week. Like last week felt decent. And maybe part of it, I think I've been a little bit bloated to where um I like couldn't brace really well, and then put that on the fact that like the belt was kind of blocking my ability to push my hips back. So it just felt really weird. And then after I was done, it just like it felt like I went spinal, like it didn't feel good at all. Um and so I don't know if this is like a just like a bad trend of the stiff legs, or if they just like it just feels bad, but I'm considering just going back to RDLs, or just doing this day beltless, like completely beltless, just because I don't know. When it comes to pure hinging stuff like this, I just feel like when I start to block my hips with a belt just to get more bracing, I feel like I kind of lose that like I lose that pattern, and then I lose the purpose of the day. For the sake of maybe being able to put up like a little bit more weight. In this sense, it's like only 20 more pounds on stiff legs, but I'm losing that feeling of a good hinge. And although it like looks fine, I feel like that feeling is more important, especially. So I don't know. I'm considering both options right now. You know, going from beltless to just or belted back to beltless on the secondary deadlift day, which I will likely do. But maybe going back to RDLs is just the move because they've been trending so well. Like they've just been so good, and even just I think I kind of just changed for the sake of variety, but understanding that these kind of just suck. I don't know. Like historically, I've always done them beltless stiff legs, and then I've progressed it to like a deficit just because it feels good for me, and then I don't really load these up that crazy heavy. But with RDLs, I've been able to go pretty heavy and keep them beltless, and they feel really good. So I'll likely end up going to RDLs just because I think that they have been treating me a lot better, and they just feel good. And I could probably use relatively the same weight or close beltless. So that's definitely the move here. But aside from that, I kind of wanted to talk about next week's rep scheme that I'm going to use, because I was going to go up in a set like I normally did, or I did last 3 week wave. I went from 3 to 4 to 5 sets. But kind of thinking about it, like that last week, the last set kind of sucked on all of them because I'm just so I accumulate so much fatigue, and it just doesn't feel that good to like. I could either keep it at the weight and keep the add the set, or I could like go up slightly and then try to do what I'm doing, which is um, do 3 sets, and then the last set is just like an AMRAP, a capped AMRAP. So I was talking about it before. The goal is at least the reps that are listed, right? So 6. But if I could get 7, or I wanted like try to get at least one more, but if I could get like 8 or 9, then that's good. I'm building good volume and keeping, my technique good, as well as like getting a little bit of that physical exertion on the compounds is definitely something that feels good. Because I don't really go super hard on, squat, bench, or deadlift. So being able to like push it a little bit while not building bad technique is something that I think is pretty important. And I haven't really utilized a lot of AMRAPs in the past. So I wanna test it out and try it rather um, than stick to what I've been doing or what I was doing, or just reduced volume on certain stuff. So that's the plan. This day was good. I tried like a little bit of a technique change on pull downs, something that I saw on TikTok. Felt decent. I still don't know about like straps on pull downs, like the wide grip pull downs. It just feels weird. And I think it's mostly just because I lose that feeling, and one just like it ends up leaning on one side. But when I don't have straps, that doesn't really happen, you know? Like I don't know. It's just that maybe one strap is like tighter or just on one side more. And I know that it like people will say you'll never be able to lift the same and it's just gonna limit you. But when I do pull downs, I've done the same weight with and without straps. And maybe it's just because maybe my grip is stronger. I My lats are just weaker. I don't know, but it feels good, and I think that I'm just gonna go with that feeling of like, okay, pull downs with straps, just with no straps, just feels better. On all the other back stuff like rows and whatnot, it feels like better to use straps, but for some reason I just can't shake that feeling that it's just a no strap on pull downs. Like I don't know, maybe it'll change. I definitely chalk up, but that's I think the move now for me at least. So um that's pretty much it for today, guys. This is the end of week 23. Another good one in the bags. I felt like this training week was very solid. I built some great volume. Got a little bit sore this week, and we're looking to increase it. And we ended this week off 254, which is about I think I lost like another 3 pounds this week. So I'm looking to continue that trend. Probably end up in like 251 range through the next training week, maybe 250. Nothing drastic as I've increased my caloric intake probably by 50 calories or 100, but I've also added probably about 2,500 steps. So I went from 12,000 to 14,500, and that's mostly just because I'm not doing anything right now. As far as like work, so I have of time to be a little bit more active. Um, and I kind of just want to be able to eat more, and I'd rather eat more and just do more than to eat less and do less, because that lets me just be do more activities throughout the day. Um, and so that's pretty much the goal for the next training week, and I kind of wanted to like start doing this at the end of training weeks to kind of get the ball rolling and kind of want to know like where I'm gonna go. Um, because I kind of have like a rough idea, but I think it's a difference to like kind of know and then just to say it, just to put something in there, even if it doesn't happen, like to reach for a small goal every week. I think is something that I should probably do a little bit more, just goalpost moving slowly. Um, and as far as the in the gym weight with the compounds, uh, I think like bench with my primary stuff, I want to go up about 2.5 kilos on bench, 5 on squat, and then I think probably like with primary deadlift, probably about 5 kilos as well. For the three biceps and then the AMRAP. For deadlift or for the secondary sessions, it's probably around the same as well. I'll probably go up like 2.5 kilos, 5, and then I think with RDLs, because I probably switch back to them next week, I might deload them, or like not like a deload, but like lower the weight because I'm not as strong as stiff legs, but I'll probably also keep my belt off. So I think I probably did like 315 2 weeks ago. So it'll have been like 3 weeks at that point. So maybe like 330, I want to say. And then for however much I get it, hopefully six. Hopefully for 3 sets, six. And then the AMRAP. Um, but yeah, that's pretty much it. That's all I have to say. I'm hoping that I can keep this trend. This last video of each week will be just a little bit longer, just me babbling a little bit more about that training day and then the goals for the next week. Just because I mean I've already explained this, so uh, yeah, that's the plan. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider leaving a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you in 2 days for the start of week 24. Thanks for watching.